Hello friends, welcome to my channel Science Biology. Today we are going to discuss the other pattern of inheritance discovered during the post-Mendelian era. So after the discoveries of Gregor Johann Mendel, there are certain abnormalities found which are not equal to Mendelism. So let's see two important terms today. What are they? Incomplete dominance and codominance. So first let's focus to this part of the board. Here there is incomplete dominance. So the incomplete dominance, in case of incomplete dominance, what happens? The F1 generation or the heterozygote which is formed as a result of crossing between two homozygous parents, the phenotype that is seen in case of F1 generation is intermediate between the two homozygotes. So it is intermediate between the characters of the two homozygotes, means the two parents. So neither of the character from the parents will come, but a mixture of both the parents. The character which is seen in F1 generation or in the heterozygote is a mixture of both the parents. So here we will get an intermediate phenotype. So it was first discovered by Karl Correns. Karl Correns is also known for rediscovering Mendelian work, and this incomplete dominance is found in two different plants. For example, we have taken Mirabilis jalapa and Anterinum majus. So Mirabilis jalapa and Anterinum majus. Mirabilis jalapa is also known as 4 o'clock plant, and Anterinum majus is also known as snapdragon. So how incomplete dominance is found in Mirabilis jalapa? Let's take a look. So we will take a red flowering plant, the plant having red flowers and a plant having white flowers. Let's see. So in Mendelian experiment, the thing was like this. This is, let's take it as male parent. This one is the female parent. When we cross between the two parents in the gamete, we will get here capital T, here small t. By taking the stem length, this one is tall, homozygous tall, this one is homozygous dwarf, and we will get in the F1 generation a heterozygotic offspring which carry the tallness. Phenotypically the plant is tall like the father, so the male parent, like the male parent. So here a complete dominance is seen. So this capital T is dominant here, and the small t is recessive, making the plant tall. But the incomplete dominance is a deviation to this. So let's see how it is deviated from the Mendelian monohybrid case. Look at the board. We have a plant having red flowers, RR, a plant having white flower, WW. Take it as male, this one is female, this one is having white flowers, this one is having red flowers. Clear? Now these are P1, we will get G1 from this. From the male parent we have the gamete R, and from the female parent we have the gamete W, representing the white character, white flower character. And after the fusion of the two gametes we will get RW, which is neither red nor white but a mixture of the two character. That is, the flowers of the F1 plant, will be pink in color. From these, it is observed that the pink is neither red nor white, so it is an intermediate between the red and white color. That is the thing, that is the result for which it is called incomplete dominance, because the red character is not completely dominant over the white, but white also expressed itself a little bit in the F1 generation. That is the reason why they mix together to generate a new color of flower, that is pink. So this is the case of Mirabilis jalapa, how incomplete dominance is seen by making fusion between a red flower carrying plant and white flower carrying plant. Okay, Let's now proceed towards the codominance. So in codominance, the phenotype in the heterozygote is expressed in two homozygous. The two homozygous are expressed in the phenotype of the F1 generation. Here both the character are expressed in F1 generation. Here an intermediate character is seen in the F1 generation, but here both the parental character is found in the F1 generation. Allele expressed independently even when present together. The allele of the parents are together in the offspring and they express their characters independently. So we will take example of coat color southern breed of cattle. So how the coat color is representing the case of codominance. Let's see. So CR here represents the coat color as red. Here the coat color CW represents white color, and the mixture heterozygote F1 represents a roan color, means having red hairs as well as white hairs on the body of the cattle. So the cattle is having both the characters, both the parental character red as well as white. So let's see what is the difference between incomplete and codominance. We will study later on. Consider, look at the board and let's know how the codominance is found in case of southern breed of cattle. So we have here the CR representing the red hairs on the surface of the body of the cattle. CR it represents red hairs. CW represents white color. So when we will get the gamete, this will be CR. Here we will have CW. By fusion of this, we will get CW, which is roan, means having the character of red hairs from the male parent and female parent. Okay, and white hair from the female parent. So together the two characters come here to the F1 generation, and the F1 generation, the heterozygote, is having both type of body hairs, that is red as well as white. If we will take the case of a plant where codominance is found, we can take when we will fuse between a red flower and white flower plant. In case of incomplete dominance, there was a new color pink, but here in case of codominance, as both the characters is found in the F1 generation, so it will be like this. The flower will be red. Having white patches on it. So both the characters appears here, but here none of them appear, but the character is a mixture of both the parental character. Clear? But here the character of parents are seen together, so it is codominance. Here both the characters found in the F1 generation from the parents, both the characters together found here. Okay, red and white together are present in the F1 generation. So they migrate to their F1 generation together, so they are called codominants. And here a mixture of both the character is found. That is why the F1 generation is an intermediate. That is the reason why it is called incomplete dominance. Clear? So here both the characters are found. So we can take another example of codominance, that is the blood group in case of human. Our blood group. So let's see the AB blood group. What will happen in the AB blood group? The blood group has three types of multiple alleles. In case of multiple alleles, we will study in detail in my next classes. So we have IA, IB and small I. These are the three alleles present in our blood group. So IA and IA represents A blood group. IA small I represents also A blood group. Clear? IB represents B blood group. Likewise, IB small I represents the B blood group. When small I is present, it represents O blood group. And another blood group also there, we know that as AB blood group. When IA and IB together, these two alleles are present, it represents AB blood group, which is an example of codominance. How? IA here, both are homozygous, so it is homozygous, so it represents A blood group. It is heterozygous, but IA is dominant over small I, so it represents A blood group again. Here IB homozygous condition, so it represents B blood group. IB small I represents B blood group because the IB is dominant over small I. So IA and IB are dominant over small I. Small I represents O blood group. And remember, in the case of AB blood group, we have two alleles IA and IB, which are none of them are dominant over the other. So they migrate representing their own characters. They migrate independently and represent their own characters. So IB represents AB blood group. Neither A blood group nor B blood group. Both appears, so that it is an example of codominance. So dominance by both the alleles. It's codominance, and dominance by neither of the alleles. It's called incomplete dominance. And here the red character is not completely dominant over white character, so an intermediate color appears in the F1 generation, that is pink. So this is all about the conditions of incomplete dominance and codominance. So here we can take example of the coat color of cattle, the blood group, and even in some flowers both the parental character appears. Here we took example of 4 o'clock plant and the snapdragon plant. So thank you very much. If you have any doubts, please comment below and let me know, and please make your note from this. If you have any doubts, please go through this lecture again. I think you will get clarified from this lecture. Thank you very much.